Hello. Like, the thing about Devil May Cry 2 is not even the animations and cutscenes are as good as the others. Like, they just had no... It has, like, no good... Oops, I hit that button by accident. I was gonna say, it has no real good quality. The iconic characters. Like, character render. 1, 2... 3, like, they're like, there's nothing to, oh damn, this is a good illustration though. Look at this shit. Look at that. This is so good. I love a character, a hero, looking at a giant enemy, staring down at them, and they stand firm. It's always, it's like, oh, it's super tropey. I don't care. It's awesome. Can't believe the video games don't get respected.
Sweet dreams.
So that one has like 3 hours on it. This one has like 30 hours on it. This one has 70. This is the one. One of the best opening cutscenes in all video games.
Legend of Sparta. When I was young, my father
I'm
would tell
not
me stories about
like
it.
exaggerating.
Long ago, in ancient times, a demon rebelled against his own kind for the sake of the human race. With his sword,
I'm not muted, am I?
he shut the portal to the demonic realm and sealed the evil entities off from our human world. But since he was a demon himself, his power was also trapped on the other side. I never believed it. I thought it was just a child's fairy tale. But I discovered that this so-called legend wasn't a myth at all. Sparta existed.
Also, the thought of Sparta ruling as a feudal lord and then like some like neighboring lord is just like, you know what, I'm gonna try to take that territory and expand. And then Sparta just like rips them in half. Oh.
It seemed as if they derived some sort of twisted pleasure from this brotherly fighting.
And like turns to the army, is like, are you wanting to continue this?
But in the end,
no, Chloe, what are you doing?
was left standing.
There is an aminal. Hold on, I will let this cutscene play out, and then I'll go to the... I need to go to the bathroom for a second. Hold on.
Sorry, not open for business yet. I haven't even picked a name for this joint, and I'm already getting calls. You a customer too? Well, if you want to use the bathroom, help yourself. The toilet's in the back.
Is your name Dante, son of Sparta?
Where did you hear that?
From your brother. He sent this invitation for you. Please, accept it.
Invitation, huh? This party's getting crazy. Let's rock.
Bzz. Can you hear her grunting? That is her "I want to go to bed and have treats" voice, or like response, or the "I wish that the mother was home so that I could have a regular routine." The beast noise.
Don't bet on it.
I'm gonna be a doppelganger, aren't I? Yes, I am. Okay. Equipment.
Is that it? Blast off!
Man, I remember someone saying about DMC Devil May Cry, like, you don't need a taunt. You can get to enemies, and like, it doesn't matter if it's functional. Like, taunts, when they were like a thing in Street Fighter 2, didn't actually do anything. They were just there because it felt good to taunt somebody whose ass you were beating. But like, also building Devil Trigger in DMC Devil May Cry is absurd. Like, it takes a really long time and you barely get it. Yeah. It's about, and it's like part of the feel. Like, it characterizes everybody. How do they behave in situations where they have the upper hand? Dante treats it like it's a game. Nero generally mocks his opponents and like tries to like go off. Like, they all go off, but like Dante treats it kind of like it's play, and Nero treats it like he's a punk, and Virgil like acts all superior, and like V is like a weird pretentious jerk, and Lady and Trick are both pretty flirtatious about it, like, because women, I don't know.
Is that it?
I need to play more Bayonetta. I'm thinking about the taunts she has and how few, like, she dances and stuff. Anyway, women, indeed. That wasn't a very good showing. Usually I'm better. I was talking about what if women were in games. Naughty Dog claps itself on the back. We did it. We put women in video games and made them murder each other over men.
Come and get me.
I can't believe that they ended sexism. Okay, that was not what I expected. Oh, this game is fun. So here's the thing. For Devil May Cry 6, I have conflicting desires. I kind of want a Devil May Cry game where Nero is the only playable character. Just Nero. However, I also want Lady and Trish to be playable in a Devil May Cry game from purchase. And I don't want Dante to just vanish. And these things. So my thoughts were kind of like, what if Nero was in the main game? The main game was Nero? You beat the game and you unlock like side stuff for Trish and Lady, and then after like beating the game on the hardest difficulty, you unlock Dante, and then you can play through the game as Dante. But like the game doesn't tell you. I'm skipping. I'm sorry. I'm just in the mood to play. Babs. Now, that is a lot to ask. However, I'm selfish. And demanding. But honestly, I kind of feel like I could just do with a game with only Nero. Just give him like give him a new alternate weapon, like something equally as complex as the Red Queen that takes up like triangle and L1. Then give him a bunch of Devil Breakers, maybe give him a new gun, and then just go wild. Give him a bunch of bosses to fight, give him a bunch of enemies to fight, have him explore a big spooky castle, maybe have him fight Mundus at the end. Or a new demon that's like consumed Mundus and is even stronger. Like Mundus was resurrecting and then Nero beats him and then something else usurps him and then Nero has to beat that and truly proves himself. I don't know. And then at the end after that, you can have him either give him a new rival, or you can have like Dante and Virgil test him and say like 1v1. I don't know. My point being, make a Devil May Cry game where Nero is not just the main character and also Dante. Like, I want it to have a massive emphasis on Nero without it just being like, damn it. Without it just being like, and also if you hate him, no, accept him. I think he should get to kick his ass more. He owes him so much child support. If there is a Devil May Cry 6 though, that thing's gonna come out in like 2024 or something. Man, I remember when Frisk was like, imagine if you could spin on this. I'm like, oh, I got good news for you. Or was it you who said that? Yeah. You see a pole in the middle of a club. You think, can I dance on it? And the answer is yes. One of my biggest complaints about 5, Dante doesn't say breakdown. Is he perhaps goated?
You scared? You scared?
Sexual style, even.
Catch this!
I just want Nero to get one game to himself. Like, I don't want him to... I don't, like... 4 has, like, a moment where it's like... Oh, yeah, like, Nero has to do it because he's the guy... He's inside. And then 5 is like... Nero has to end it because he's the right man for the job. He has the emotional maturity here. And I... Yeah, like... Each time his lead role gets bigger, but like in 5, even though he has like he's like clearly supposed to be more of the hero this time, like growing into the role, he has less playtime than he does in 4. Like he's grown and all that, and he feels more like the main character, but he's playable for less of the game. Like, Dante is playable for the exact same amount of time as he is in 4. Like, roughly. It's just that now that, like, missions that used to be, Nero's are now V's. Like, there are, like, Nero has 7 missions and 7 main missions, the prologue, so we can count that as 8, and 2 optional missions. Dante has 7 main missions and 1 optional mission, and V has 4 main missions and 2 optional missions. So, like, you are either way, like, you have to play as Nero the most, but he is just slightly more playable than Dante. Rather than in 4, where he was playable for 13 missions and Dante was playable for 7. And then you can do a little teaser at the end for future protagonists. The obvious thing would be Nero as a kid. But you could do something weird. But the thing is, though, is that if Dante isn't in the core game, people are going to expect him to be DLC, and he probably will be, if that's the case. Unlockable or DLC. Man, so people were so worried about 5, like, when they were like, they saw him, and they, at the end of the trailer, and like, do you think he's gonna be playable? I'm like, of course is Dante gonna be playable? In the big comeback game, is Dante gonna be in it? Of course he's going to be in it. And boy, was he ever in it. Then, but the real discussion was, he's riding on a motorcycle. That motorcycle looks like it's demonic. Is the motorcycle going to be a weapon? Do you think the motorcycle will be a gun or a sword?
Who knows? I'm not even sure myself.
The motorcycle was a sword. First game in 11 years. Like not putting Dante in it would be a huge mistake. Like, they have to. And then, yeah, he was out. And they're like, by the way, he's getting Cerberus back. By the way, he's getting Burning Knuckles back again. He's getting a new sword, by the way. He has a motorcycle, and it's also a sword. And he's getting Kalina Ann back, by the way. And he has a hat that's a gun, and also a scarf that sparkles. And he's got his pistols and shotgun back, of course. Also, he can go Devil Trigger beyond Devil Trigger. And people were like, oh man, what if he sucks? What if he's not back? Bro, he's back as hard as he's ever been. Like, if you've been absent for 11 years, you've got to, like, really show that you're back for real. You can't mess around. It's done. He's been gone for 11 years. They need to show that the king has returned. And that then the prince is going to take over.
Let's rock, baby.
Yeah. Oh man. Oh, these games are so good.
Devil May Cry.
So here's the thing about Devil May Cry 1. I can't just show random shit from it. I kind of have to either continue from where I last was or start from the beginning. Mission level select is just not allowed. You've never seen Dragon's Dogma before, have you? Now, I'm not saying I'm gonna like stream it or anything because, like, well, it is like related to Devil May Cry, to Itsuno and gameplay. It does not have the camp, and it doesn't have like the grim, like, I'm gonna say like art as like artful vibe that like Castlevania and Dark Souls and all other FromSoft games do. Like, it's very fun, but it's just like its art is not up to par with those. Like, it's really just like a passion project more than anything. But it's fun and different. Also, like, you can just climb monsters and stab them in the face. Like, every monster has like a fully functioning like body, and you can disable body parts and stuff, and there are things like manticores, and you can be like, yeah, cut off the goat head, and or disable the goat head, now it can't do this attack. Cut off the tail, now it can't poison you. Now go for the lion head. Stuff like that. It's a cool game. It's also like, it doesn't look as good as Devil May Cry 4, which came out 5 years before it, or DMC Devil May Cry, which came out at the same time. It just doesn't look that good. And also, the world is just not very interesting. It's just fun to play. and like basically the central concept was, yeah, sure, Dark Souls and Skyrim are good, but the combat sucks. What if the combat didn't suck? And it succeeds in making the combat not suck, because guess what? Itsuno knows how to make a fun video game. Also, like, your party members are like pawns, which is like, oh man, a doll that you can customize and like set to play how you want it. But that also means that they learn dynamically. So like the way you fight, they can learn to play and fight how you want them to. Damn it. This game hasn't stopped being fun. This is a good game. This might be a hot take, but I would say of the first 4 games, this has the best feeling guns. I think 5 has surpassed it, but like... Okay, this is how I explain it in my head, and I don't know if it makes sense. In Devil May Cry 1, Ebony and Ivory, bang. In Devil May Cry 3, Ebony and Ivory pop. In Devil May Cry 4, the blue rose pops, and Ebony and Ivory pew. And in Devil May Cry 5, Ebony and Ivory once again bang, but you can make them pop with Gunslinger, and the blue rose booms. That is how I put it. Like, the blue rose fucking feels like a shotgun in 5. Ideal. It's an arm cannon. It's a hand cannon. It's a massive pistol. Like, thank you for the validation. Also, like, I think more video games need to understand that the fun of guns is not solely in aiming them. Like, aiming a gun is not, like, my favorite part of the like, a fictional weapon. Like, you want to pose with it. You want to do stunts with it. And I feel like Devil May Cry is one of the first games to understand that. Like, guns are not, like, in 3D at least. Like, because after Doom came out, people became obsessed with aiming, you know? Like, the first-person shooter and the third-person shooter. It's like, how can we get it to aim? No, dude. Guns can be cool by, like, aiming is not the only thing you can do for combat with guns. And they're like, knock the enemy into the air and juggle them with guns. And it's like, yeah, that's sick. That's awesome. Oh, what do you do with, how do you aim them? You don't. Unless you're in one of those first-person missions. But, you know. little mini games. Now I'll save. Save. Excuse me. sometimes I forget. Like, every once in a while, I get this feeling, maybe Devil May Cry 1 isn't as good as I remember it. And then I play it a bit, and I'm like, no. It's really good. I wish I'd played this when I was younger. Oh, that's a good game. Oh, god damn. I am Alistair. Alistair. The weak shall give their heart and swear their eternal loyalty to me. Did you hear that someone described Sephiroth to younger video game players as being the Sans Undertale for the boomer generation? Which is like one of the most psychically damaging things I've heard. And I'm like, I don't think they're wrong, but I hate hearing it. As in, technical antagonists who became massively popular, but here's the thing, is that, the internet wasn't quite as developed at that time. So while Final Fantasy VII was quite a significant part of early internet video game culture, the weirdness wasn't quite as, like, accessible. And it was largely, like, just fan art and fan fiction and, like, just less weird than it would eventually become. So many things have gotten so weird. Like, yeah, people should be allowed to be themselves. But also, maybe they should, like, you know, be, like, a little ashamed. Like, let people enjoy things, of course. But maybe don't talk about how much you want to fuck this skeleton that often. I am realizing now that Nero shoots his pistol the way, his revolver the way Dante shoots the shotgun. It's beautiful. Parallels, baby. I love airs, man. I love the young heir behaving or contrasting, behaving like or contrasting from the predecessor. I love it. Yeah. Also just Bang! Bang! Kaboom! Also, just walking up to a person and is great. Maybe, given something that happened yesterday, I shouldn't say that. This isn't the way to play ideally in terms of score, but it's fun to use. There is no way to instantly switch guns. And, well, I keep forgetting that. Did you know your whole body can itch all the time forever and you can never, and the pain doesn't end? Oh, okay, I'm glad that we understand each other. Hold on. I haven't run around and splashed in the rain in a long time. You ever just realize your childhood is gone and it's never coming back, or is that not just me? Like, it snows and you think, man, this snow packs together really well. And then you think, it'll be really heavy when I have to shovel it. And you miss when you would play in it. Yeah. I wonder if part of the reason lots of people have kids is it's like seeing other people experience their childhood is like the closest you can get to having yours again, you know? 'Cause even if you do the same things, you won't be a kid. Oh, I took too long. I also didn't play as stylishly as intended, I believe. I'm so glad they used the sound effects from the first game throughout the entire goddamn series. It's important. Yeah. Yeah, it's like there are like you have so little control over what your life is when you're little. And still you do when you're an adult, but like like I stayed inside a lot, but like when I went outside, it wasn't usually by choice. It was being told to go outside because that's what kids should do. And it wasn't fun to just be told to do stuff. I'm sure I will be entirely 100% fine and I won't be struck by lightning at all. A lot of the times I think like, man, I kind of wasted some of my high school experience, and then I think about the stuff I had going on in high school. And I was like, no, I think it's fair for me to not want it to do much. I need to dash off. I didn't tell Graham about this one because this one's just a pain to do, and so's the next one. And the one after that. Yeah, it really impedes your yeah. A sense of doom, an impending sense of doom, really impedes your ability to enjoy your youth. As does overwhelming stress and mental illness and physical illness. It's like, you're a kid, go have fun, and it's like, well, you see, I feel like shit. No, fuck! Okay, well. It better not be. I don't think you can make this sound any lower in this game. Oops. It brought me to this side. Nope, those are all the settings. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. You used to not be able to turn subtitles on at all. Or at least they would only be for demons. Alright, it's time to go face a big spider tarantula. Sorry, not tarantula. Spider scorpion. Big arachnid. Hirohiko arachnid. I can't believe that they took a picture of Hideo Kojima and referred to him as like an assassin. It wasn't even just one picture, it was 3 different pictures. Yeah. Yeah, because that's like, they showed pictures of the face of their company and said that he killed the former like head of state. Hideo Kojima's face was on TV in multiple countries in Europe. Yeah. And they said, yeah, he killed Shinzo Abe. And Hideo Kojima was like, what the fuck? I didn't kill Shinzo Abe. I'd be pretty upset if someone just showed my face on TV and was like, yeah, he killed the prime minister, the former prime minister. I'd be like, I don't remember doing that. Yeah. Someone in a server was like, well, they got the name right. I'm like, it doesn't matter if they got the name right. If they're saying, like, he killed somebody, they show his face and say, yeah, this is the murderer. I don't care if you say the name and still show my face. It was really funny that they showed a picture of Hideo Kojima and was like, the murderer. What we're like. Yeah. I am not good at the counters in this game. Oops. Oh, was that it? Did that count? It counted. I got it. Please don't spawn me on the other side. They spawned me on the other side. Let's fucking go. Like, that's such a huge mistake for anything. Like, you just simply showed the wrong person, and then you accused him of political assassination. Like, that's not an acceptable thing. You can't associate someone's face with a horrible crime. Oh, sorry. I don't know. Ace, are you perhaps up for a little bit of Devil May Cry 5? Just a little? I can't fucking believe, like, this has been the weirdest week in a series of the worst and weirdest years ever. Or like this century. Anyway, I'll be back in like 2 minutes.